If you guys are looking for some fast, cheap and reliable coins, go check out buycheapfifacoins.com and use discount code Curtis for 5% off. They're the cheapest and most reliable place around. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new episode of FIFA 10 to FIFA 14. Today we have the second part of the Brazil World Cup 2014 23-man squad. And breathe, what a long intro we have there. But if you guys haven't checked out the first one, which is the defenders and the goalkeepers, I would highly recommend you go do so. I probably will forget to link it down below, but if you want to click on my channel and go back and watch that, then I would highly recommend you do so. Also, if we could hit 500 likes on this, guys, that'd be absolutely amazing. It takes a lot of time to put these together, so that'd be great. Sub as well if it's your first time around here. So, before we get into it, I do really quickly want to say one thing to you guys. I'm currently recording this on the 12th of June, as I'm going on holiday on the 3rd. This will be going up literally like the day I get back from my holiday. So Brazil would have played a game, and anything I say in this may sort of changed, and there may be set in stone stuff. First up, we have Luis Gustavo, the defensive midfield maestro. You've got what I meant. He's been an absolute tank recently. He had two fantastic seasons for Bayern Munich, was heavily linked to come to the Premier League. I personally thought he was coming to Arsenal, so did a lot of people, but he ended up heading off to VfL Wolfsburg, and he's had a decent season there. He's been pretty good. He had two fantastic seasons, like I said, for Bayern, and I do actually think he may feature a decent amount at the World Cup this year for Brazil. They have such a competitive bit for the defensive midfield, but I think he'll get in. Next up, we have Paulinho. Now, this guy is an interesting one. He's been injured quite a lot this season, not really featured for Tottenham as much as I'm sure he would have liked, which I do think may actually have an effect on how much he plays this summer. Obviously, not featuring week in, week out as some of the other ones have, like Fernandinho, Luis Gustavo, Ramirez. It will, well, weaken his chances of actually getting a start in 11 squad. However, he was very, very popular last year at the Confederations Cup with the manager, so he could quite likely still be getting that main spot. Next up, we have Ramirez, one of the people he will be competing heavily with. Again, he is quite popular with the manager, so I would expect him to actually be involved in the midfield. I'm not sure whereabouts, whether it be defensively or slightly more further forward. Given a good balance, though, that I'm not sure how they do it. However, he's actually had an interesting time on Ultimate Team. He's one of those ones that has barely changed. He started off as a 79, he's just an 80 5 seasons later. So very interesting. I do think he will actually feature quite a fair bit at the World Cup, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the Brazil squad in general. Next up, we have Willian. He only has one Ultimate Team card. He was at Shakhtar Donetsk before having half a season at Anji Mashkashkala. Obviously, by the time he was at Anji Mashkashkala, who were actually on FIFA Ultimate Team, it was halfway through and they're not able to add new players on. And obviously, Shakhtar was not a licensed league. So the 6 years he was at Shakhtar, he was not involved, and obviously this is his first Ultimate Team year. I don't also actually know how much time he will get at the World Cup. I'm not sure if he'll get a lot or not. Depends how they play Neymar around him. Next up, we have Oscar, who I do think will be getting a lot of game time. I do think he will be one of the starting attacking midfielders. It's madness just to see how good this midfield and forward section really is. The only thing is, like, the way Brazil play, I would play Neymar up front because they have so many great attacking midfielders, but their striking options aren't great. However, last year at the Confed Cup, Fred was incredible. So as you see, we got Oscar here, come along a long way in the last like 4 seasons. One of the biggest growth out of anyone. Next up, we have Hernandez. It's literally every time a player comes along, I'm saying how good of a midfielder he is. I'm running out of superlatives for all these players, but Hernandez is a strong, powerful, solid midfielder. There's not really a right lot else you can say about him, and you would expect him to be involved with the experience he's got, but he probably actually won't be involved in the starting team too often. You will see him pop on as a sub every now and then, but as I said, I wouldn't really expect to see him in a starting 11. Next up, we have Fernandinho. The little Man City fella came from Shakhtar Donetsk once again, so he was there for 8 years. I didn't realise he was there for quite that long. I also did not know he was 29. That's actually blown me away slightly. That's really shocked me. But Fernandinho obviously came from Shakhtar, so wouldn't have had Ultimate Team cards because this is the first year they're actually a licensed league on FIFA. He's another one. He will be in the fringes, but I'm 99% sure he won't actually be a starting man in the Brazil World Cup squad. Once again, we have a player not in all the previous Ultimate Teams. Now, this one you'd think is because he's been at Shakhtar Donetsk. No, he joined when they got licensed. He was at Atletico Mineiro for the previous Ultimate Teams, yet for some bizarre reason, just wasn't on the game. So, he has joined Shakhtar Donetsk as they got licensed, yet doesn't have any previous cards. A little bit strange that, but the little midget Bernard, I do think he'll feature a tiny bit, but only as late subs. I don't think you'll see him start a single group stage game, possibly later on, but he'll be an impact sub. Neymar, the big dog. He is going to be the main man for Brazil this summer. He is the one that all the focus is going to be on. It's his hometown, well, home country. Obviously not his hometown. It's in loads of different towns. It's his home country. Probably the only time in his football, definitely the only time in his football career, possibly the only time in his lifetime he'll see a World Cup at Brazil. And all the focus is going to be on him. If he has a good year, it'll be amazing. It's something he really needs. He does need a good World Cup. He's brilliant for Brazil, so I'd like to see that happen. We've only a few left to go now, and we have Fred. Like I said, last year was absolutely tremendous. I'm sure some of you guys remember back in FIFA 11, possibly FIFA 12 as well, when he had 5-star skills. He definitely had it in FIFA 11, and boy, he was so OP. I loved using that card. Really, really fun to use, and yeah, it was just a really overpowered, epic card. Had a really good summer last year at the Confederations Cup. I'm not sure if he will feature too much this year, but I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not sure how they're going to deal with the striking situation. But another option, of course, is Joe. Had his time in England at Everton and Man City, but really wasn't that good. He's been pretty good at Atletico Mineiro, though. He's definitely picked it up a bit. You've seen he scored more goals. He's had a bit of a better time, but I really honestly cannot tell you what they're going to do this year. So I can tell you what I think they'll do, and based off previous times for midfielders, strikers, I have honestly no clue how they're going to shape it. Now, we only have one guy left, and this one is another one that could be a bit of a conundrum. They have so many attacking people and Hulk. Is Hulk going to be involved? We don't know. There is that spot on the right side of the pitch waiting for him to burst into. There's so many attacking midfield options. You'd kind of wish they'd just play like 3-6-1 or something. It would just be amazing because they have so many options in the midfield. Arguably one of the best midfields at the World Cup, very close to Spain and Germany. But it's going to be very exciting to watch the whole Brazil squad. As you see, they've got a lot of really interesting talents. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. If we get it 500 likes, that'd be absolutely amazing. In fact, I've literally just realised, and I'm going to edit the start of this commentary, this is going to go up after Brazil have played their first game. I'm recording this way back on the 2nd of June because I'm going on holiday on the 3rd of June. So it may be slightly different, players may be injured, but you guys will have to wait and see. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.